Okay, this is the situation at the end of turn 6 at Arnhem and Nijmegen. Situation's changed quite a bit. It's been quite an epic turn here. The main thing that's happened over in the west is the Allies have managed to, well, I say the Allies, the 1st Airborne have managed to rout 2 elements of the German units pressurising the western bridges. So they are over there. They return 2 days later. So that's really freed up the stuff around here. We have released all the pressure on the Deal ferry there. We're still getting a fair bit of pressure up here. We've vastly reduced the German impact there, but there is another unit. So there's still got enough units to make things difficult for us, but the fragile morale of the 15th Army units finally takes a toll on them. Basically what happens is every time you take a step loss for units of the 15th over here, or for units of the Germans attacking from Reitwald here, you have to throw a dice, and that can result in a rout of a formation. So the Allies have really struck lucky there. West of Arnhem. Actually in Arnhem itself there's been a lot of fighting going on, units exchanging step losses and things like that. The only real progress is they've pushed us back slightly. German armours units are causing a hell of a lot of problems in the northern suburbs of Arnhem. Also, we've noted that the 9th SS have now got their divisional artillery on the board, so that's going to add to the pressure. 9th Panzer's heavy anti-tank guns are sort of coming into position, but it's difficult to get into position without taking opportunity fire. We probably have to wait for the night turn, which is the turn after the next one that's coming. And then we'll be able to move our units into these positions for attacking Arnhem in the morning. So the situation in Arnhem is nowhere near as bad as it was last term, but it's still not epic. It still could turn really nasty soon. We'll go down to Nijmegen. Nijmegen city's pretty much secure now. In terms of the Germans, they've got all their units of the 10th SS in position. They've got their divisional artillery all in contact. So this is going to be really difficult to break into Nijmegen. But one thing the Americans did do, they broke through a very weak German position here and then overran a flat battery, fixed flat battery with no steps through an assault. So they've actually penetrated very close to the Nijmegen road bridge. They're only 2 hexes away. Unfortunately, there's some really nasty units around that position. They'll soon seal it off if they can. Other things have happened. The Allies have moved close, 30 Corps reconnaissance units have moved close to these bridges here. One bridge was destroyed. There's one bridge we've captured. There's also another bridge they tried for there that was destroyed. In terms of Moot Bridge, pressure's building, but desperate Allied airborne reinforcements are trying to hold the position here, keep the club route over. But the thing is, there's lots of 30 Corps units in this area that can help out if necessary. So Moot Bridge, I don't think is in any danger of falling. The Americans are desperately trying to get a rout on some of these units around Groesbecken Heights. We've sort of See, the problem here, this unit here, this Kampfgruppe here, is really, really powerful. It's causing a lot of trouble for us. In terms of 30 Corps are now approaching to engage the Germans. We've got some armour where we can engage German units there, and the infantry units are about to launch an assault on the city. Other 30 Corps units are really struggling to get up this road, the Club Route Road now. There's a massive backload of 30 Corps units coming in. So I would say the situation has been quite fluid again, considering how late we are in this battle. But I would still say it's going to be very difficult for the 82nd Airborne and the Guards Armoured Division to actually break through and capture these Nijmegen bridges. One thing to remember, the Nijmegen Railroad Bridge can actually be destroyed. Well, that's interesting. The Nijmegen Road Bridge actually can't be destroyed. There's a special rule in place that says you can't blow that bridge, which is a bit of a fiddle in the game, because historically I believe they did try and blow the bridge, but the charges didn't work. We'll get on to the fiddly part of this game later. It's a great game, but as a campaign game it has a few problems. That if your knowledge of the battle is sufficient, you could really stymie any chance of capturing Arnhem Bridge for a start. We'll go into that, but I think it, like Operation Merky, it needs a couple of more rules to restrict what units can do historically. And I think I'm fine with that. As long as those rules are down, you say you play this if you want a historical version of the battle, but don't play it. If you don't play it, you're going to have to sort of accept the consequences of that. So all in all, it's still on for the Allies, but it's getting close to night. This is the last turn before the evening. There's a lot of units are fairly battered, and there have been a lot of unit casualties in the last turn, as various sort of groups knock off the units that are weak or suffering from real cohesion problems. I would say it's still a long shot for the Allies. Depends what happens on the fourth day. Now I know there's some power drops coming in on the fourth day, but there are other power drops coming in on the sixth day. At some point, the Polish paralanding brigade is going to come in. Now that could really change the situation south of the Rhine, because there are very few scattered units in that area at the moment in terms of German resistance. So it's all to play for.